Hello, everyone. Thoughts on the day after. We just went through 3 weeks of mourning and eventually culminated in Tisha B'Av, which was a day of mourning and a day of sadness and a day of fasting. And literally, just a few hours after Tisha B'Av is over, after we built up for 3 weeks, it's gone. There's absolutely nothing left. You wait till Chatzot on the day after Tisha B'Av, or according to the Sephardim, meat and wine the entire day, and that's the end of the story. How can we make such an easy, quote-unquote, switch back to regular life? And I think the answer to this question is one of two things. Either Tisha B'Av is not that bad, or life in general is not that good. Let's start with the first option. Tisha B'Av is not that bad. It is a day of mourning, it is a day of fasting. But even on Tisha B'Av itself, we have various customs that say this day is going to change for the better. We don't say Tachanun or Avinu Malkeinu because the Shulchan Aruch says it's called a Moed. One day it will be a holiday, it will be a Yontiv, and therefore already now we have to start preparing for it by diminishing from the sad aspect of the day. In the midst of the day, we got up off the floor and back on a chair. We started to talk about comfort. Indeed, Tisha B'Av is on the calendar right now, but it won't be there forever. And therefore, because its very essence is quasi, it's literally shaky, making the transition out of it is not so difficult. So Tisha B'Av in and of itself is maybe not that bad, but there's a second answer, and that is life after Tisha B'Av is not that good. We don't have a temple. We're in a state of war for over 9 months now, I believe 313 days. We have hostages in captivity for that entire time. And life in general, going back to quote-unquote regular life without the mourning practices, is not that wonderful. And therefore the transition is so much easier. But there's a third answer I'd like to suggest, and that is we never stop mourning for Jerusalem. At every wedding, which is the happiest Jewish event, incidentally, you have to have the most special clothing for a holiday, and then for Yontiv, and then for Shabbos. That's the degradation. On every happy occasion of a wedding, we break a glass. We say V'li Yerushalayim Ircha 3 times a day, and the minhag of the Ramah is that right after your Amida, you immediately say Sheyibana Beit HaMikdash B'mheira B'yameinu. In other words, to say it at the very least, we never stop mourning. So maybe formally we're shaven, and formally we're not sitting on the floor, but practically the mourning for Jerusalem and for a better situation never ends.